Hoping all of you had a wonderful Thanksgiving holiday season. We're going to go ahead and get started in social media part one, Instagram, and we're going to give you some tidbits of information. Our second class will be this morning at 11:30. So let's get started. Welcome to social media part one. As you can see on screen, I have information on the mega holiday party. If you're interested in registering, you can just click right here. My name is Connie Nieto. I'm one of your Miami trainers, and I will share with you my information via chat. I am one of three Miami trainers that have the pleasure of helping and working with our Miami members for technology. I do want to guide you into that we have a social media solution page. So I'm going to come here on the search of Miami Realtors, and we have a social media hub, right, offering you solutions. And this page takes you directly, copy, directly over here. Let me get this copied. Copy. Let me go ahead and paste here. I don't know what's going on with my mouse. Hold on a second. And there we go. That's the social media page. What do we have here? Different solutions for you, marketing tools for you to use, classes that we offer. We also have a class that if you would like, we provide, which is RPR and Canva, simplifying your use with RPR, Canva, and Canva templates that the association has. We have here brokerage and social media policies. One of the things that we do recommend, even though you're taking this class, is every brokerage has their own social media policy. So you should ask your office what the social media policy is for displaying, for information, etc. And especially ask if you guys can share listings and they allow you to share listings. We have a code of ethics and displaying social media websites. So you have information on that. The realtor difference, helping you communicate, right? And free resources available to you. That's Who We Are campaign, which are videos that you can add in. Let me go ahead and click into here. The benefits of using you and your business. And there are videos here that you can share on social, right? For you to use, campaign exposure, first time home buyer, watch a first time home buyer and share, and listen to episodes. So let's look here just for you to have. Let me go ahead and click in it, and I'll send it to you as well. Okay. So here is seasons, rent to own, right? Information, right? And you can come and watch. There are 40 episodes. So these are things and highlights on why people should work with realtors. Okay. Expert information. There's a mastery guide here. Instagram filters and tools, how to use them, right? So I'm going to go ahead and click on this one and open it up. And it is an RE technology. All of you should have access to this. And I like to share this one. And one of the things I want to share with you is to remind you that social media is ever changing. So one of the things that they tell you here is, I'm going to come down. Contrast, structure, the saturation, right? Best practices for filters. So you have access to this right here. Now, how many of you would like a guide on what to post? So before I open up Instagram. And how about a calendar? Okay, so I'm going to start by showing you the social media guide from Jeff Glover. If you want to ask for his information, he gives classes here at the association and around the United States and world, right? So I'm going to share this with you, but I'm going to review it as well. Oh, I'm going to have to share it. Hold on. Let me download it and then let me share the file. There we go. It's coming up and it'll be in the chat in a second. So here we have a social media guide and content calendar for real estate agents, right? It talks about the platforms. We don't cover TikTok during our class, but you do have here Facebook, where they use it, what are the ages of the buyers and sellers that are using it, and the age groups. 59% of Facebook users are between 25 and 54, home buyers and sellers. 82% of college graduates are on Facebook. 75% of social media users with an income more than 75K are on Facebook. I am recording, but we normally do not publish our social media classes because change is so great that it becomes outdated the minute that we published. We just started. Oh, I'm so sorry, Priscilla. We're going to think about posting, but I'm not sure just yet. Instagram, 52% male, 48% female. 62% of users are between 18 and 34. 32% of users are between 25 and 34. 24% of users are between 35 and 54. 56% of Instagram users are between those ages, crucial for home buyer and sellers. Look at the info here. 58% of users have become more interested in a brand or product after seeing it in a story. 50% of them say they have visited a website to buy a product or service as a result of seeing it in a story. So stories seem to be a hit. 45% of Instagram users prefer to use stories to become aware of new trends and happenings. Brand stories have an 86% complete rate. Here you have some TikTok insight, right? And I've sent you it. And then you have goals. What are your goals to sell, right? To sell more real estate. So you can strengthen relationship, cultivate relationships, grow number of users, keep users engaged. So I'm going to give you this, and then I'm going to give you a Connie week, because sometimes when somebody gives you a calendar of a month, how many of you are overwhelmed? But what if they tell you in a week what you could do? And what if I told you you don't have to post every day? So before I go into his calendar, I want to talk to you about Monday is a great day for news. Okay. Tuesday, you could talk about international and our area and how international it is. We have the boat show coming. We have Art Basel. We have so many things happening. So this is a great time to be on focus and posting. So Tuesday, international. Wednesday, um, added a value to property. And I like to say slash decor. Why? What gives added value? So if I'm already a property owner and I'm going to sell, do I put in a new roof? Do I paint it and make it look pretty? So what gives value? And if I'm a property owner who's seeking to keep and would like something long term, what could give me a long term value? So if we're from South Florida and most homes are over 30 years old, what gives value according to you guys? So that's what you could post on Wednesday. Thursday. Now, one of the things people are always weary of is some people really like solar panels. And other people will say, well, it depends. So if you know someone with a good experience with solar panels, you should ask them about it because that's great info to share. A new roof can sometimes even help you long term if you're a property owner with what? Insurance. Um, should I maintain my lawn? What is there about curb appeal that's wonderful? So many things. So on Thursday, I always say what to do on the weekend. And that depends on your crowd, right? So if I'm marketing internationally, I need to think of that crowd. If I'm marketing locally and I know the two or three zip codes that I'm farming, I should know about how to farm to them, correct? And then here we have Friday, you in real estate. So you can give a recap of what you've done or you're thinking of doing. And on Saturday, you know, what are you doing? Are you eating out? Do you want to collaborate? So what did you do? And on Sunday, believe it or not, so you don't have to take this word for word, but this is something I like to give you guys, which is an idea. Do you need to post every day? No. But when you're wondering what to post, this can give you some insight. If you like, you can take a picture. All right. Anybody like that? All righty. And now that I have that, let me show you on screen. So here you have a level one user. So you can come on Monday and do business. On Wednesday, post something on your personal. On Friday, something on business. Right? Level two, business, business, personal, business, personal. And I sent you the link to this on purpose so that you would get it. Level three, okay. I don't know yet if I'm going to post the recording. We normally don't for social media. That's why I've sent you the links and I've put it in the chat in case you want to take a picture of the items. And if you have questions, I'm here. Social media guide and the purposes for posting. So I love here that it says to educate, entertain, motivate, build trust, and promote the community. So that's just a little different from what I put. But if you notice, I was telling you what to do on the weekend. So let's promote the community. Build trust by motivating and you and what you're doing. Entertain. So where is it that you go and what you find right exciting? And then educate. You guys do that continuously, right? You're continuously offering what is it that they can do, what's going on, what's happening in the industry, are interest rates going up or interest rates going down, why it's always a good idea to purchase and invest. So don't be afraid. And that's why one of those things about moving from renter to buyer, um, the biggest promoters of that difference in that age, and that age has gone up almost to 40 nationwide for first-time home buyers. The biggest promoters for that would be you. So what a great thing to be able to say, listen, Lockley, these are all the things that I have available to you. Um, this is what you could be doing. This is what's amazing, etc. Okay. So important to me that you know what you can't and can't do and why. How many of you like that? Right? So educate, home maintenance. That's one of the things I was talking to you about. giving value, right? A DIY tip, a buyer tip, a seller tip, frequently asked questions, the biggest return on investment, to entertain, a holiday message, a pet post, a family post, a throwback, motivate. And notice that he tells about home tours, most expensive property of the month, before and after, behind the scenes, build trust, and then community. And here, what I love, you have a whole guide. Remember, I go, do you want a week or do you want a month? And here he has several things for you. Okay. So I ask you to pardon the noise here. They are redoing the roof. Next, I'm going to come over, click here, and I'm going to talk to you guys about Instagram. How many of you have Instagram? How many of you use it often? All righty. So I want to motivate you to do so. Um, Instagram. Now, if you notice, I'm logged in from my computer. And some people don't know that they can do that. And sometimes that's easier for when we want to post images or something that we've created. One of the first things that I want to show you is that you can come into your profile. A tip I'm going to give you, you should have a business Instagram because that will allow you in the future to be able to do what? Advertise, do promos, right? And you can then build a following on both if you like. Now, you have to be careful because on Facebook, you cannot do business on your friend and personal page. You have to have a business and you can connect your Instagram to a business. So that's a great question that you guys are asking. One of the things that I always like to tell you is we have people that'll say, I'm sorry about that. Let me come in right here. Um, some people will tell you you should never use emojis on your page. Well, you should let your personality show. One very big recommendation if you have a business and a personal page, okay? And if you do have these two pages, is make the picture on your profile different. Building your following on a business page can be tasking and can be difficult because if they already follow you on your personal page, they're like, what's this other page? Until they have a business. And here I always like to share with you my story with this. One of my friends from high school, right? I started doing this 14 years ago when I started here. I'm sorry, in 2014. So 11 years ago, almost 12, right? Um, you don't connect your personal page to your business. It's a drop down. So when I switch to the phone, I'll show you what I mean. It's a different account. Okay. Um, and one of the things I like to tell you is to come here to the edit profile and to make sure you're short and brief, but you tell them what you're doing. So here where I have trainer, you would have realtor, real estate consultant, real estate agent, what it is that you do. Okay. Make sure that you tell them what area you provide service in. So if is it South Florida, is it just Miami, is it Kendall or whatever? Okay. You decide. All right. The other thing is if you want to put emojis, you put it. Right. And then I took a minute, and some of you on your journey as a realtor are going to decide to take certifications and designations. So I took a minute here and added those. Now, the emojis I add on my phone. Okay. Right. And then I want to come in and show you. You see how it says professional account? You have here a professional account. If you have a WhatsApp business number, you can add it in, right? You have your phone number and how you would like them to reach you. Okay. And then you have business tools and controls. So you can switch to creator or switch to a personal account, but mine is a business account and that's why it says this. So if you do have a business account, or you have a personal one, there should be a switch button for you to be able to switch it to. Right. And one of you asked me, I created a separate page and I need to build it. What you can do is put messages or a video and link it and collaborate with your business page and explain to them, hey, if you want to follow me for real estate information, please remember to click and follow, at CN Miami RE, at, I don't know, Stephanie Realtor, whatever it is that you have on there. Okay. There's nothing wrong with doing that on your personal pages, telling them, listen, don't forget I can help you with real estate. If you're looking to buy, sell, invest, looking for a rental, looking for a short term, seeking to invest, let me help you. Okay. I always tell you guys to put that you're a real estate agent. You may want to talk a little bit about to your office because some people do it as a digital creator and then it allows them to do more. I do want you to know that when you create a business page, it doesn't automatically allow you to have access to all the music and stuff because once you're a business, it's not a personal page for fun. They do want you then, you don't have rights to use everything. So we'll talk a little bit about that too. Now, some things that you can post on this business page. So I'm going to come to my profile. And the first thing I want to tell you is remember we were saying about greetings? You can have your greeting, okay? You should have information. You should provide statistics, right? You should put info and details. You should do ads on properties. You should give stats, right? And you can get some of this here, all three of these, including this one, these four are from Agent 3000. This one as well, providing the guide, right? And then I wanted to show you this one because in Agent 3000, and I know we just gave it, we might give it again, you have the ability to see so much. I'm not sure why your profile is not available. You would have to make sure that you made it open to public. All right. Now, let me show you something that you can post. How many of you want to offer statistics on a monthly basis? So I'm going to come to Miami Realtors and I'm going to click on news and stats, right? News and stats. Just click on a banner. And then we're going to come to market snapshot. I'm going to click on the market snapshot and you have a couple of things that you could do here. You could download the video, right? And that would immediately give you a reel to post. Okay. Or you can also come in and download the JPEG here, and this will allow you to offer these. You can do this from your phone, miamirealtors.com, click on news and stats, right? But I'm offering solutions for both. So I'm going to come into here, market snapshot, okay, and download the JPEG. And here's my Miami market snapshot. So I can right click and save this image, and you can do this on your cell phone, right? And I'm going to save my Miami one. I'm going to come back in. And how many of you would like to show Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie? So our area of coverage, right? So I'm going to come to the next one for Broward. Save image as and save. I'm going to come back and do Palm Beach. Right click and save. Come back in. Martin. Right click and save. And I'm going to do St. Lucie. Right click and save. Now remember, statistics are always in the rears. They're always like a month or two behind. And that's fine because you're giving market detail. Now, what can I do with this? I've downloaded them. So now I can come to Instagram, and I always tell you guys to mark your calendars for like the 20th of the month for these. And I can come into here, click to create, post, select from computer, and now I have them here, correct? So if I want to put them in order, I can click Miami, resize it. So I have it here on screen, resize to original. Okay. And now I have it set, right? So what if I would like to make it a carousel? Carousel is to mimic the like a flip book, like the book where they have to slide over the image. So I have this one and it's already set. Do you see the little item here with like the several pages? You guys see it? Okay, I'm going to show you one more time. Miami Realtors, right? I click on News and Stats, Market Snapshot. And let me share this page with you guys. And this is what I would tell you to put on your calendar on the 20th of every month. Click to Market Snapshots and get the updates from here. Okay. You guys got the link now? And then what I did was I came here on the side to download JPEGs and I clicked on each one and downloaded. Now I'm in Instagram. I want you to see. I have the first one. I'm going to click on the carousel and that lets me add more. Did you see that? I click the plus and now I can do Broward plus Palm Beach plus Martin plus St. Lucie. And now I've created a carousel of posts, right? I have them in the order. I can click and drag if I want. I click next, next, and then I can put monthly market. And then I want you to see something. I'm going to add a collaborator here. I'm going to put a location. You can put location, right? You can add a collaborator. Okay. And that's one of the things I want you to think of doing. If you're working with someone on a closing, if you're working at a new construction site, you may want to add them as collaborators to make sure that those people that follow them also see you as an active realtor. Now, I put this because I teach, but the rest of you can put this every month and you can say information on Broward, Miami-Dade, Palm Beach, Martin, and St. Lucie. This is the area of my coverage, and I'd love to assist you with investing in your future. Invest in real estate. And you can post something fabulous like this every month. And you don't have to work on it. You just have to come back to your Miami Realtors page and post. And then you click share. You can use all of this information. That's why it's readily available and there. Now our internet is a little iffy, so I'm gonna let that sit there. Oh, it posted perfect. And what I wanted you to see was It's now posted on my page. Now, I need you guys to interact. We've got 45 more minutes, and I want to switch to my phone. But before doing that, I want to show you that on that same page for the market snapshot, you have videos to download. And you have a right to these videos. Look what the association has provided you. Do you see it here? Let me copy here. Let me paste it in. And do you see that download? I'm going to click on that download.
This is your Miami market.
And this is generated every month. And you can come in and do what? Save video as and download it. So I'm going to go ahead and download this one. So here's my recommendation to you, right? You can come in here, go into Instagram, and you can do this on your phone, right? But you can come in, click create, post, select you from your computer. I'm sorry about the noise. I didn't think it was going to be that rough here. Click for the video.
This is your Miami
resize it.
Market Focus Report for October 2025.
So
Total home sales.
let's talk about what this really offers.
Single-family home sales increased.
Do you have time to do these every month? How many of you are pressed for time? Let's see that chat. But how many of you can put a reminder on the 20th of the month, plus to come in and look at these? And how many of you can do what I just wrote in to say, okay, I'm going to offer you this at large level, so at county level. And then you can remind them, if you need information on your specific area, send me a message, text me at, and put your phone number. Did you know that it takes 6 months of posting things like this to generate a following? And the magic of the video is that it's a reel. Did you know that on Instagram, your posts are normally seen by the people that already follow you, and your stories are also seen by the people that already follow you? But the reels is open to the public. So if you put everything, when I downloaded, it was just the one video. So you have to click here to download. Did you do that? Because I brought you directly to the page and I just downloaded the one. And then you need to come and do Broward, Palm Beach, and Martin. But you just do the one at a time. I didn't download the whole chain. I clicked here.
This
right? And
is your
this is
Miami
just 55
Market
seconds.
Focus Report.
So
for
you
October
click on here. Let me turn the
2025.
volume down. You click on this one and then you say video ads. And it's just for this market area. It's not for the whole chain of videos. It's just this one. Did you do exactly that? Because here's just that one. Oh, you don't have to, please let me know, because I just did it and it worked. So I would have to see how you did it. And we could tell the gentlemen that post these up. But if you noticed, I came into the market focus. I just did the download here. And that's not the entire playlist. It's just the video for that month. We had an issue the other day, but not with this, with one of the market snapshots from here. And you guys can record what you're doing, and you show me the error and then we'll share it. Oh yes, it replays automatically. And it's on purpose so that if they continue to watch it, it watches it. But it's just 55 seconds of that video. And that's how the reels work. It's not just the video. Okay. But you see how I have it here, create? Okay, so you didn't have to create this. You're a Miami member. You can use this next and then put, and you can tag people. So if you know someone that wants to know about it, right, you can collaborate. You could put your location and you can click to share. So I wanted to do a little bit of that from the computer so you could see. So give me a minute now. And I'm going to try to swap over to my cell phone and talk to you a little bit about Reels. I did everything from I showed you this from the computer because it's easier. That's the reason that I showed you this from the computer. You guys really want a copy of my class, don't you? With all the noise from the roofers. I have not posted this in over 3 or 4 years. You don't hear it? Wow, that's excellent. I do. All right. I haven't really posted it, but I think I'm gonna consider doing this. And if we don't got anybody complaining about the video, um, we'll keep it on there. Okay. I excellent. My Mac is better than I thought. All right. Um, Before I switch off from here, I want to talk to you a little bit about because is everybody taking the second class? No, you won't. I can't edit it today. I have other things to do and I might need to edit the beginning and the end. You don't want 15 minutes of blank, do you? Okay. So the next class is at 11:30. Um, and if you haven't registered when I end this one, I'll send you the link in case you want to come. But I want to take a minute and talk to you a little bit about how many of you have decided on where is your market area and do you know the people in your market area? Because I already gave you a week to post. I gave you the information from social media from Glover, right? I showed you some things to do to your profile. I showed you how to post a reel that's easy to do. And then I showed you how to take a market snapshot so you could do a carousel or a single post. But I think there's some most definite value for you first knowing your area, correct? So I don't know how many of you, I didn't say specialize in one market or another, but you guys don't have a farm area selected? And is that farm area a zip code or a city? And if you work internationally, do you know how many people, right? Okay, and that's what I want to tell you. So, how are you doing your marketing if you don't know how to focus it to? And then they should be providing you marketing material to do that. So you probably won't need this, but if you do a neighborhood or you do a zip code or you do an area, I want to empower you with the info. And internationally, I highly suggest you take a global class. We're going to have one December 10th. That's actually for global members internationally, but we have global classes and international classes for you to see how to get some data on who's buying what. And I'll give you some too. But how many of you have taken RPR or have access to Realtor Property Resource RPR? I can't tell you that we can set it as a perfect map, but let me give you some insight that might help you. Would you like that? because there's some homework to be done prior to be posting. Because I can post about me, what I offer, what I do, what my brokerage does. But then when I start to focus on property value and what's happening in an area, and I need to prepare that, right? So I wouldn't market the same to someone on Hallandale Beach, to someone in Sunny Isle, to someone in Weston, to someone in Pinecrest, to someone in Color Bay, correct? Um, I always tell you guys to take it one day at a time. How many of you are new? If you're new, the next big step is that 45-hour post license. Okay? Because before you blink your eye, that year and a half or 2 years that you think you have is over. How many of you still feel like it's August and we're in the first day of December? Yeah. So you take this with stride, but you mark down everything you have to complete and you do it. So that's why I want to show you this next step because it's not just help for this. So I'm going to come into Miami Realtors. I'm going to log in. If you don't have an RPR account, you have to create one. All right. You come into your gateway, right? You log in using your license and password. It's incredible how fast things go. Yeah, let me see if I got my text. Okay. And now I'm in. Realtor Property Resource is this one. I, of course, have it favorited. Realtor Property Resource, RPR, is a subsidiary of the National Association of Realtors. Here it is, RPR. It has a mobile-friendly app, and it also has a desktop version. I'm going to come and show you a portion of a report that's for commercial, and it is called Trade Area Report. Trade Area Report. And I'm going to come in and actually come directly to the reports. And if one of you is kind enough to send me a zip code and an area you're interested in our coverage area, then I'll show you how you can use this. All right, there you go. Trade area. I'm going to click and I'm going to enter the location. And the first one was Odeli's 33132. And I selected it from the drop down. Let me show you that again. 33132. Right? It dropped down and gave it to me. I selected it. And then I'm going to call this report title info on 333132. I'm going to click to continue. Okay. I don't want to take a tour now. This is my report cover. I'm going to click to the custom pages and I don't want any of my custom ones. This is just to tell you that you can have custom pages, right? So this is my report cover. This is what I'm going to get. And I'm going to ask it to download. There is a share feature. So while that's coming down, I'm going to click to share and I'm going to copy this dynamic link. Now, I don't know that I would necessarily post this on socials, etc., but I wanted to share it with you. So that's why I did the dynamic link. So you guys can preview it. And this is again a trade area report. If you do not have RPR, right? Now I already have my report here. So I'm going to double away from here. If you do not have RPR, your login would have looked like this. And you would have clicked to create an account and you can put your last name and your email associated with your membership and click continue and it'll send you an email and you can create your account. To me, RPR more and more is an invaluable product. You can do a CMA here. You can do an open house flyer. You can do a property flyer. You can do a study of an area. So to me, incredibly important to partake. Now, of course, I already have a login, so mine was signed in. But here is a trade area report. And I'm going to come in. You guys can see it on my screen. And I'm going to make it a little bigger. And I'm going to talk to you about this and why I like it. It'll have your info if you fill it out. But here it'll tell you in 33132, the median household income is almost $108,000. The median age is 34.4. It tells you the source, the total population, and the dominant segment is renters. Consumer segmentation is considered uptown individuals and principal urban centers, young mobile population in metros, 2.5 million people. It tells you here that the groups, the top tier groups in this area are metro renters, young and restless, Emerald City, top tier, and unclassified, just 2%. Here's 67% metro renters, 27% young and restless, 3.2 Emerald City, 2.4 top tier. How many of you like that? Now, do any of you know anything about Esri and the tapestry segmentations? I'm not expecting you to, but I, being the ever teacher, found this, which explains the tapestry segmentation in the United States. Any of you like data? Any of you? No, so you don't want this? Okay. I'm gonna download this, okay? And I'm gonna send it to you. And this is something that in a former life, I worked with ArcGIS, which is Geographic Information System, when I worked at a engineering firm that was international. And we used GIS and Geographic Information System here locally many moons ago in the last century when we were gathering information on localization. And they have then turned that now to a data accumulation that allows us to have these great tapestry segmentations. So I'm going to go ahead and send it to you. All right. And I really enjoy this because it's the breakdown of the fabric of the US neighborhood, and it has info on all areas. So if you like this, you really will like the info. So what did I gather from here? I'm going to come down. Um, the consumer in Metro Renters that I have here, right? It says they're first ranked. They're 67.3% of the households, and that's only 1.8% of households in the US. Who are they? They're residents that are highly mobile and educated. Okay. Socioeconomic traits, they're well-educated consumers. Many currently enrolled in college. They're very interested in the fine arts and strive to be sophisticated, right? So they like to socialize. Social status is important. So wouldn't this help you market to them? Now, some of you, you may know this, but others, you're confirming what you know and you're getting more. So here we have neighborhood. Over half of the households are occupied by singles, resulting in the smallest average household size among markets. Neighborhoods feature 20 plus unit apartment buildings, typically surrounded by offices and businesses. Renters occupy close to 80% of all households. Public transportation is used to navigate. Their profile, enjoying wine at bars and restaurants, shop at Trader Joe's and Whole Foods, own a Mac computer and use it for reading, writing blogs, accessing websites, dating websites, watching TV programs, and more. So this is a group of people that has one device and that uses it for everything. They use a tablet for reading newspaper and magazines and participate in leisure activities like yoga, Pilates, downhill skiing, and they shop for clothes at Banana Republic, Gap, and Nordstrom. Would this help you market? Isn't this an insight to the area? Do you like this? This is the trade area report. Okay, next. In this area, you have the young and the restless. They're the Gen Y, come of age, well-educated young workers, some who are still completing their education. More than half of the households are under the age of 35. Okay. One of the youngest markets, more than half households under the age of 35. Median age is 29.8. Primarily singular person households with some shared households. Highly mobile market, beginning careers, changing addresses frequently. One of the top 5 renter markets. Market profiles, no landline. Use your cell phone to text, listen to music, pay bills, redeem coupons, look up directions, and access financial info. Online activities include banking. They purchase on eBay, Twitter, etc. Enjoy dancing, playing pool, watching VH1, Comedy Central. Listen to contemporary hits. Purchase natural organic food. So this tells you what they do. So if you're going to give a gift for them or you're going to do a promo, right? You listen to what they offer you here and then you can offer according to what they like. If you're going to work the area, you have to know what they're about. Okay. And this is an insight into the tapestry. Then you have a consumer segment, Emerald City. And you have another group, top tier. So here you have a list, a little bit of everything. I sent you the link a little higher up for the tapestry segmentation, but it's from Esri. So I'm going to come to the end of the report, right? And it gives you total population for the area, population density, and you can see it versus the county in Florida. Total daytime population for the area. The change since 2020. The average household size. Okay. And female to male ratio, population of the living area, the median age. And then you have a breakdown of who lives, married and unmarried, never married, widowed, divorced, income bracket. And then I like to show you here. Let me come. Look at, I love this employment. Commute to work. Home value. Traffic count to the area. And this is why it's commercial. And then about RPR and where they get the info. So I went ahead and instead of just giving you this page to answer you, Stephanie, I worked with Esri, like I told you last century. And I happen to love what they were doing back then and I'm impressed with what they're doing now. So I went ahead and found the tapestry segmentation explaining the makeup of this community and where they get the info from. And this is an additional tip that I wanted to give you. Okay, and I sent it, but I'm going to resend it. And this is probably one of the greats of doing it by Zoom because I can send you everything. So click and download it. You guys have it again, S3 tapestry segmentation. Let me see if I have it here. Here it is. How many of you like this? There's a whole explanation to it too on how they do the breakdown. And then what I like is that this helps you a little bit with your marketing efforts and know your area. Now, this, of course, is data for the United States. And one of you mentioned, did one of you mention that you worked on new construction and you focused on other areas? Oh, but yet now you want the info stuff, Stephanie. Because before you're like, oh, I don't do local, but now you liked it. That's fine. That's a win for the instructor. But you told your focus was other places, remember? I'll scroll up and look. I think it's cute. The reason that I show you this is because this gives you insight. So I want you to smartly post, not just post. That's why I provided you so many little knickknacks. And it's not just Instagram in the morning. It's really, I want you to think, what's your market area? Who are you marketing to? With that said, before time comes away from us, how many of you would be interested in knowing some global detail? So now I gave you a key to info, RPR, the trade area report, a key to understanding maybe local in the US. But some of us work in areas where we have a global influence, right? Okay. And mind you, on December 10th, it's really for our global members, but we're going to go deeper into what you can get. So you see the global up here on the bar, that blue bar that most of you don't come to. You see it up here? Click on global for me. Now, I'm not going to go into the whole global, but I want to give you some insight to your posts. And there are things from here as a member that you can share and post. And there is so much on the co-branded page to post too. And then if you take these classes, you should also take Photify, and I'm going to write it down. And I believe we have recordings for that. And you can take the Canva class. And these are two classes that will give you ways to use info that we have available. And I'm going to try to tap on them during our 4 classes of social media. But I want you to know that you have these. So you come here into global. So let me send you the page. Okay. And then you scroll down and we have a survey here. Okay. You have the 2025 one. And then you have the 2024 transactional home buyer guide. And this is always 1 year back, and they closed it out recently. But would you like this? Yes, you would. If you want to focus globally, you need to click on this. Okay. And I'm going to scroll up because that's cheating to have started there on the visa. Let's come up and let's talk about this. So this is the objective of this is an international survey that has been done for the past 15 years since 2010 to gather information on foreign buyer residential transactions in the markets where its member operates in Miami. So Miami-Dade, Broward, Palm Beach, and Martin. In 2024, Miami undertook the survey in collaboration with Florida Realtors, who conducted a statewide survey during the same period. The respondents, right? You have info here, and then the definition of the international buyer. I like you to be clear on that. In the survey, an international buyer is 1, a non-US citizen whose primary residence is abroad. 2, a non-US citizen who has lived in the US for at least 6 months on a US visa, or an immigrant green card holder who has lived in the US for less than 2 years at the time of transaction. By definition, a non-US citizen who has resided in the US for over 2 years and who purchased a US property is not counted as a foreign buyer. I love that they provide the detail, right? And then here is your top tier. $3.1 billion, 4,000 sales, 10% foreign buyers share to Miami's dollar sale volume. Top Miami Realtor global markets: Argentina, Colombia, Canada, Brazil, Mexico, and Venezuela. How many of you like it so far? Okay. A Miami foreign realtor buyers, 72% share of the foreign buyers who resided abroad. You have here how many purchased cash, etc. U.S. foreign buyers volume declines amid global economic slowdown. Right. And then let's come down. Florida, #1 destination for U.S. foreign buyers for the 16th consecutive year. I'm glad that you guys like it. I do. And what I wanted to do was they love the human. I don't know. I think that Bones like here. So you have here from Colombia, from India, from Canada, from China, Mexico. The dollar volume. And then 49% of Florida's international purchases are in South Florida. So this is what we consider South Florida. And then the makeup of countries buying according to the color code. I invite you to click and enjoy this further. I just want you to see some info. So I'm gonna come down. Top out-of-state buyers too are here. Let's keep going. And you guys can look. Um, I love this one. And this one to me is an insight to you because you guys should know about these visas. And by the way, the B2 is a visitor visa. They do not have to have a specific visa to purchase. So this is something, in fact, that you could take an image of, use on your presentations to people, and you can say this came from the 2025, report, and give credit. The volume, the share of the state, and the number of sales. They're creating the current trend, but this was last year's, and this is effective for promoting. You cannot do statistics, current statistics. You have to always look on what happened before, or else they're not always correct. So this is a great key in that even in a point where economically things had slowed down, there was still an enormous amount of purchase here in South Florida. It also tells you the other counties. I love this. Anything with color on the map is where um, foreign buyers came from. Okay. Next, top tier countries. So more than just the ones that were on that main page. And then top tier countries before. Emily, they just finished the 2025 numbers and they will not be posted until 2026. Statistics are always done in the rears. I hope that's okay with you because to me, this is a gem, especially that you have so many years to look back on so you can see what a trend is and who tends to buy. By the way, if you're interested in that, there is a condo report out there, and they're going to do a new one for the beginning of next year that explains how many people from Latin America purchase. Well, I mean, I'm giving you something already that's amazing. Don't you think this is great info? So now we have to wait for the next one to pop up. A reminder that statistics are always with lag time. Okay. This is great. This is Miami-Dade County, Broward. And notice that it tells you some others that may not have made it or just barely missed. Okay. Palm Beach. And then I appreciate this. If you're speaking to someone and you have a breakdown of where they purchase, what their median purchase price is, what their top destination was, if they reside abroad or not, and if they paid in cash or not, isn't this invaluable? So I'm talking to someone from Argentina and they're saying, I'm thinking of investing. Oh, let me tell you the statistics of who purchased in the last year. How many of you would like this? So you have it for the top tier buyers. Where they purchased, if they paid cash, what was their median price? And I invite you not only to look at this one, to look at the years prior so you can see it. Okay. And then if you have questions on what the statistics are, that's why I tried to focus on the first couple of pages. You guys can go back and read. And we're actually very proud that we have this since 20 I believe it was 2010. There's 15 years of stats out there. So if you guys like that, you can go back and look. Okay. And here we have Mexico, where they purchase, Venezuela, and then median purchase prices, foreign buyers, all cash, cash sales, and the percentages. The intended use, intended as rental or home or both. Condo home prices, condo foreign purchases. And then I like to share one more item with you. I'm hoping I get to it here. I invite you to look at this page. So if we know ahead of time what they consider or a reason not to purchase, maybe we can work on those and offering them a way to cost of property, condo fees, insurance cost, could not find it, property taxes, the exchange rate, cannot move money, could not obtain financing, immigration laws, exposure to US tax laws, loss of home country benefits, other, and don't know. So you could take some of these and offer opportunities. So what's the cost you're looking for? Let's look for areas that the condo fees aren't so high or not as much. Insurance cost, and that's why it's so important maybe that they uh decide what it is that they were looking for, could not find a property. And then if financing is an issue, right? Maybe you can work with different lenders or find different opportunities. But now you know before what could potentially snag. And I find that insightful. So I hope you do too. Okay. And again, this was all. I really like that top countries Americans in Miami market area are looking to purchase in. So these are people from here that are looking to purchase in other places. Okay. All righty. 82% of foreign buyer leads come from contacts versus 8% internet. I wanted you to see this as well, especially that first line, because social media is very important and it's become our profile online, but it is not your entire business, nor is it all of your marketing. And this does show you that personal contacts, previous customer referrals, paid internet ad, etc. You can see where the referrals come from, where the business comes from. Okay, I hope that this helped you to set up, right? In our second class, I will be going directly into Instagram on the phone to show you different ways that you could create items. We'll do a reel. We'll talk about the importance of watching numbers, etc. And we'll have lots of fun. Yeah, reels are always your best option, and that's what we're gonna cover in the second class mostly. But I'm gonna show you where to notice what kind of account you have. But more than anything else, just to recap what we did, we came into Miami Realtors, right? We came into Miami Realtors. We talked about the social media page. The guide. Let me see if I still have my guide out here. I talked to you about the Glover guide, right? I gave you a breakdown of what I provide the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, right? What to post. So maybe if that's better for you, why it's important. Okay. Then we came in and we talked about Instagram, our profile. I showed you how to do a couple of posts and where to get your data from. To do that, we came back into Miami Realtors and we clicked on news and stats, right? And we do the market snapshot. And from here, we actually came in and came to download JPEGs for each. And we created a carousel. And then we were able to download a video from here and use it as well. And then I asked you, do you have a market segment that you're interested in? So I took you a minute into home. We went into the gateway for posting. I'm showing you that now, Bridget. Did you get what I showed? I'm doing a whole recap. I hope you did. I came into the gateway and then I was worried about you having info on your area. So we came into the gateway, we found RPR, and I did a trade area report. Oh, let me see if I have one. So I did on Monday is news, Tuesday is international, Wednesday is value and decor, so trends. Thursday, what to do on the weekend. Friday is you and real estate. And then Saturday, are you doing a showing, feature a place to go? Collaborate. And there you go. There's a list again. And then we came into RPR and we talked about this trade area report and how fun it could be and insightful, right? And we got from here our trade area. We did the area that one of you did, and then we did the consumer segmentation. And then I gave you that added plus of going a little further and giving you the Esri tapestry segmentation breakdown so you guys could have it. And then since I knew that some of you were working in other areas, I went in right back into Miami Realtors and we came into the global. Okay. And from here, what I did was the international home buyers guide. Okay. And the idea is to set you up to have different things that you could provide, give you tidbits on what to do. And I hope to see you in the next class at 11:30. I'm going to take a minute, and if you're registered and you don't have the details, I'm going to provide them to you. I hope you get to come. Hold on one second while I get those to you. And there you go. It was a pleasure to start the week with you. Hope you've enjoyed it and seen different ways where you can get information. I want to thank all of you for being Miami members. I hope to see you in our next one. Thank all of you. Oh, I sent you the info. You can go ahead and just copy and paste it and come in at 11. That's why I sent the login details. You're welcome. See you then. Thank you guys. Have a wonderful week and happy belated Thanksgiving. And December is on. Take care, all of you. See you soon.